Good morning and Happy New Year, my friends. This is the Grimflayer, and I hope you are all doing well today. I am not doing so well. I am rather sick. I am rather under the weather. Yet, I am here for you to play some Golgari in Modern. We're 3-0 in our current friendly league. We're going to get in to match 4 here and see if we can aim for a second consecutive 5-0. I've got the day off. I am feeling far less than optimal, but you know what? With this open league kind of hanging over my head, I haven't recorded anything for you in a few days. I feel like I'll be able to rest more and recover more efficiently once I play a game here and get something uploaded and have some fun casting some Thought Seizes and turning some Tarmogoyf sideways. So let's see what we can do here in as far as getting one step closer to that 5-0. For those of you who have not seen the earlier the earlier matches in this league, I am using the Dark Confidant list that was featured most recently in my December deck tech. The only change is that we have swapped a Nile Spellbomb and a Lily the Last Hope. We've brought one of the Spellbombs into the main deck, just as a bit of a hedge against the Faithless Looting decks of the format. So, looks like we might be finding an opponent here. We'll see if they're AFK too long to hit the join match button or what. Oh, they did it right at the end. This hand is miserable. It functions and it's got a lot of utility in the land base, but I think we have to mull it. Well, this is some bad luck to start things off. Unplayable 6, we'll mull to 5, and I guess we're going to keep this one. It could work out. That's another one I'll be keeping on top. We've got no interaction to speak of, but our opening 7 also didn't have any interaction besides that provided by the land base, which we have some here. Blue-white control, okay. Or perhaps Jeskai. This could work out to our advantage for sure. Alright, if we can stick the Bob and the Tracker, I mean, we're going to make up for the mulligan and then some. If they have to path the Bob here, we get to play a Tracker kind of ahead of schedule while making sure we get a clue off of her. This could work out to our favor. I'm going to try to play quickly. As you've seen in the past, the clock can become an issue for me against these Celestial Colonnade decks, so going to do my best to kind of power through my turns and all that good stuff. I have to be honest, I'm a little disappointed to be running into these Colonnade decks as much as I have. They are on a bit of a downswing lately in Modern, and I don't particularly like to face them, but we have been. Ooh, Scalding Tarn. If this is Jeskai, that is much worse for us. Yeah. At least as it regards our particular progression here. Alright, so there was an open question, I guess, as to whether or not to just try to jam the Tracker under counter magic, but now we definitely won't. It's going to be the Goyf. Trophy's a decent one in the matchup. Alright, and I think at this point we just jam the Tracker, like before they get to Cryptic Command mana. Not necessarily the most optimistic that she'll resolve, but the upside is quite high. Yeah, they're fetching in response. This could be a logic knot. Well, I guess they wouldn't necessarily need to fetch for that, but we'll see. Yep. 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 Alright, well, I think we did have to go for it there. Unfortunate that neither of our advantage engines have stuck around and we haven't drawn too much else that's all that exciting, but I'm going to play out that Blooming Marsh because we have enough mana sinks on the field that we want to kind of develop our mana. Especially when the land in question that we might otherwise sandbag is an ETB tapped one like Marsh. I think I'm going to be inclined to consider sandbagging lands from here on out, depending what they are. But with Quagmires, with Fields, yeah, I think we wanted to play the Marsh there. I mean, they are at 9. Then again, they're Jeskai, so they have Helix in the deck for sure. Alright. I think I like taking them off Colonnade right here, right now, simply to, while I have the mana free. Something we certainly have to do at some point. Go get a forest. Looking to make those scoozes a little bit better. Man, drawing a basic there is terrible. Alright, so if we fire up a Hissing Quagmire and get in, then we have to play out the swamp in order to hold up trophy mana, which is not great. Let's just move to beginning of combat, see if they do anything in terms of Cryptic Command. Alright. Yeah, I guess we do fire up the Quagmire. I expect them to at least have a way to kill the Quagmire. But, you know, maybe I should have played out my Swamp first. They're going to Helix the Goyf. They have a double spell turn here for the Tarmogoyf. Ooh, if Snap Bolt on the Goyf, Snap blocks the Quagmire. Or Electrolyze, yikes. Yep. Yep. Well, this is pretty bad for us. They have gone some way towards stabilizing. They buffered their life total with a Helix. They took care of our biggest threat. They didn't have to go down on card advantage thanks to the power of Electrolyze, and we are kind of out of ideas to some degree. We have Trophy as an out to one of their Planeswalkers. We have some Quagmires on the field that are okay attackers, but man, after we play all those lands out, we rip the tracker. Well, we're going to hold her for at least a turn. Just get in with a Quagmire. Alright, well. I mean, tracker is a good draw there, that is for certain. Yep. And there's the Teferi. They might have counter magic to protect him, but we'll try for the trophy right now. Okay. I mean, they still get to draw, they still get ramped, but we took care of the Teferi. Alright, come on, fetch land off the top. Fatal Push. Fatal Push is so bad. Such a bad draw. Alright, well. I am going to push the Snapcaster in response to their Electrolyze here. Not a terrible use of the card. Okay, we've got to go for it. Please resolve, please resolve. Yikes. So bad. Yeah, I feel pretty aggrieved, honestly. We had to mull to 5. They had the perfect answers for our early advantage. We ripped, we had every incentive to play out the lands that we played out. Yeah, they got another Teferi too. Yeah, this game's pretty over. They got a Field of Ruin for the Treetop too. Sweet. Man, these decks are not the most fun to face when you're on Golgari, that is for certain. We can beat them, of course, and we often do, but alright, so not looking good for us, but we're going to play it all the way out. Make them actually beat us, make them use their clock, all that good stuff. Should have got a forest there, but it shouldn't matter. I have not seen that basic land in a while. That's a kind of a cool one. But they've got mismatched basics. I don't know about that. All right. Sweet. Yep, we've been on the wrong side of all of the draws this game, that is for sure. Just the order in which things have shown up for us, not the best. Not the best. At this point, I don't think we have any outs. Liliana the Veil, do we even attempt to resolve her? I guess we do. Would be really nice to have a follow-up spell here, but yeah. Yup. So he ults at 8. And from there it is a deterministic win for them. But again, we're still going to make him do it. Colonnade is going to be... That was a good find for them in terms of making the win con actually quick. So at this point, since I'm just playing to the clock, Field of Ruin would be my best draw. Tireless Tracker. Well, once again, we'll just try to resolve her, but... Huh, okay. Very much not my expectation there. Alright, this gives us... Okay, you're gonna get blown out here for that decision, my friend. We get to fetch in response and then crack a clue in response to survive that electrolyze. Pretty good. Yeah, you got it. I mean, you don't need to sequence correctly when you've just got a million cards, I guess. Did they... I missed that. Did they just not get to draw off of that electrolyze because they bolted in response? That's a bit sloppy. Alright, 3 Teferis have been found. That's pretty good. Amusingly, they're down to 18 cards in their deck. That's how much they've churned through everything. Yeah, a bit of a hodgepodge of basics across the table from us. At least these islands are from the same set. Treetop Village. Wow. This is pretty absurd, I'm not gonna lie. Not that we were in this anyway, but... Alright, we're down to mono black, but joke's on them. We've got a bunch of green lands in hand, so GG. They didn't fire up their colonnade either. They're just going to take us completely off of lands before they risk the colonnade. This is good for us. This is very good for us. So do we have another Overgrown Tomb in the deck? We do. Therefore, the best play here is the fetch land. And I'm not even going to comment on the fact that we drew another land there. Oh man, that's alright. We're going to use up all our bad luck in this game 1. And then we're going to take down the post-side games, no problem. No problem, no problem. Ooh, I should no longer... should turn off that auto yield because they would have got my fetch land that way. Again, not that it matters, but... Alright, here comes the colonnade. You got me. Nile Spellbomb, baby. Sorry to make you guys sit through this deterministic loss here, but all right, let's crack the spell bomb in response. But you know, we just got to play to our outs, and the out here in this matchup right now is looking like the clock. Collective brutality, huh? Well, I cannot... Yeah, whatever. I can't really do anything here. Not worth thinking about. I don't have any basics left, so I can't fetch and shock while making the drain successful, you know, to keep me alive for another turn. So... Alright, well, we got wrecked there pretty badly. Pretty badly, but there's not a whole lot we could have done differently. Obviously, we had to mulligan that Skoos plus 6 land opening hand, and obviously we had to mull the no land 6, and then they just had everything from there. So, to the side we go. So we like Fulminator, Mages, and Choke. Those are some heavy hitters here, along with Nissa, Vital Force. What else do we want in from the side? Another Collective Brutality is looking pretty good. Lily the Last Hope is looking pretty good. I do like Kitchen Finks against Jeskai, especially because they didn't really show us indications that they were on a Terminus build. We didn't see Terminus, we didn't see Jace. So Finks could be quite decent here. And then there's a question of how many more Nile Spellbombs we want. Maelstrom Pulse is also potentially solid here. So, yeah, those are the ones. We pretty much want to bring in these 7 for sure, in my opinion, and then these 3 are maybes. We can go ahead and get rid of all Fatal Push and not be too heartbroken about that. Abrupt Decay can maybe come out. It is nice to hit an early search with it. It is nice to hit random stuff like Vendilion Click with it, but, you know, and sideboard cards like Rest in Peace, Ruined Halo, yeah, you know, so Decay is reasonable. We're going to cut a Blooming Marsh. We probably just want to move away from a couple of our clunkier or more vulnerable threats. I think Kalidas is clunky and Skoos is vulnerable. So we could keep this Decay in and run it as is. I guess we're supposed to value the Pulse over the Decay, though. Especially on the play. That seems legit. Now, do we want to make room for another Nile Spellbomb? That is the big question. And I think a second Spellbomb is fine. The only reason I don't like a second Spellbomb is if they do have that Rest in Peace, it shuts off our ability to cantrip with it, which is quite bad. What if we stay a little more threat dense on the play, like this, and then on the draw, consider bringing out another Skoos maybe for another Spellbomb? I like that. Alright, this hand is good. Very good, in fact. We'll keep it. clear the way for our Tarmogoyf. Hope to draw some lands to make that tracker good. They kept a one-lander. Well, we take the Serum. Their hand is obviously stacked, but that's because it's a one-lander. Alright. This is a good card, but probably the last one we wanted to see right here and now because we need lands. So, unfortunately, I think we just have to play the Tarmogoyf. I say unfortunately because that's bad in a couple different ways. It's bad if they find a second land naturally and they get to cast Search. It's also bad if they found... No, you know what? It's also bad if they found, like, Lightning Bolt. No, it's not bad if they found Lightning Bolt, because Goyf will survive a Lightning Bolt. You know, they have such great cards in hand that I think I am supposed to play the Tarmogoyf here. My discard spells are going to have amazing targets. Pretty much no matter what. The big question there was whether to Inquisition there to take away Search for Azcanta. That was the big appeal. Just really hope they brick on a land here, although of course they won't. Greedy keep rewarded. And our perfectly valid keep is getting punished. Not trying to be too negative here, but that's just calling it like I see it. So, one unknown in hand, and we have to collective here for the sake of mana efficiency, as opposed to the Inquisition. They have another Search in hand as the one unknown, right? Well, this is an interesting call here. I guess it's still just the Cryptic Command looking down the line. I truly can't believe we bricked on lands. Drawing all the high value stuff too to boot. And they're finding lands pretty bad. Alright, well, we get a double spell turn, I guess. We're gonna get to flip this Search, though. It's so awful. So awful. We really, truly... Oh, God. Alright, I guess we have to take that Settle the Wreckage. We're trying to ride this Tarmogoyf to victory. And then, like, if we Inquisition now, we just let them flip Search next turn, so I don't think we're supposed to. I think we're just going to attack. We get semi-punished for that if they find a fourth land naturally, but they get the fourth land anyway when they flip the Search, so I don't think that's a reasonable, you know, thing to play around here, but they're going to electrolyze me on the end step, sure. Well, they get to flip it anyway. Alright, come on, Field of Ruin. Yep. You got it. Scavenging Ooze, huh? Well, if we play that, it's Snap Electrolyze next turn. So I guess we have to Inquisition, get the Snap out of their hand now. They might just flash him in. Whatever. It's just been so clunky over here. So, I mean, they're still just about empty-handed. You know, we've got all the gas in hand if we can just get our feet under us here in terms of the, yeah, okay, there's a draw. Land is a draw. So, unless they top deck a counterspell here, we might be in okay shape. Tracker might be able to keep pace with the Escanta advantage. We've got Nissa as a potentially quick clock here. Okay. The fact that that was a basic swamp was not great for us, but I'll still take it. Would have loved to have like a treetop village there. And here comes all the Escanta value. And there's just about the best card they could find to answer Tireless Tracker. Doesn't ramp us. Gets to, okay, well, I think we force them to spend the Electrolyze on our Tracker here. That way we can potentially have a Scooz live later, or a Bob, if we find one. That also means they cannot activate Escanta this turn. You got it. Collective Brutality. What a window to resolve Nissa that would have been. Alright, so if we play the Ooze, we cannot get it out bottom bolt range anyway. This is so awkward. So awkward. I kind of want to crack a clue. Even though that would be obviously a little suboptimal. I don't know what I'm really clearing the way for with my Collective Brutality, you know? Maybe I should still cast it, though. Just try to resolve the Nissa next turn. Sure. If this whiffs, I'm going to be even more tilted than I already am. But, okay. Did not whiff. They have another Snap in hand, though. Jeez Louise. Alright, for that reason, we're going to just pass and hold up this clue. We don't need to walk our Ooze into Snap Electrolyze, that is for sure. So they found a land off the top. Field of Ruin. Alright, so they can go Snap Logic Knot, Snap Cryptic. They've got it all. They've got it all to stop the Nissa. So what we have to do here is play the Field of Ruin, but it's an open question as to whether we have to hit Escanta or Colonnade. They're both just killing us right now. And I guess we're going to lead on the Skoos, maybe try to draw Snap out of their hand. Alright, let's see what they'll do on the end step here. They're going to activate his Kanta. Alright, well. I think we'll hit it while we can. And hope that this one forest can kind of hold off their Snapcaster Mage. We're dead in a couple hits to Colonnade, but Cryptic Commando's their find, huh? They're flashing in the Snap. Snap Path. No thank you. Yeah, so maybe we should have hit the Colonnade here. The life total is a concern. Wow, they're not firing up the Colonnade. Alright, what does that mean? Do we take a block here? How many? We've got one creature in the yard. Not exactly. Oh boy. Tough stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to take a block here. We could just be dead to a couple burn spells, but we're not beating that anyway. We know that they have one Cryptic in hand and one Unknown. Liliana, the Last Hope. Alright, so here's what our plan is. We're going to try to Maelstrom Pulse the Snaps. That's going to probably get countered. That's fine. Then we will gain a life with the Ooze and be able to live next turn. And if our Ooze lives, maybe we'll take it from there. But otherwise, I don't know what else. Like, this Lily, the Last Hope, I think it's a little too late for her to be great. Yeah, let's try to pulse here. Not looking good for us, though, my friends. Not looking good. You know what? I should have used double black and one green in case this does resolve. Then I'll have another target to eat. Even if it didn't resolve, to have another spell to eat. That was a mistake, for sure. A minor mistake, but a mistake nonetheless. Tapping down the Ooze, huh? Well, I'm just not quite dead, but not dead because they bounced a Snap, technically. If they had just countered the spell instead, I would be dead on board. But yeah, that'll resolve. My spell will not. And we will pass. I mean, I think they have us if they just go for it. even the electrolyze damage should do it. If they, well, they can't quite go. They don't have the mana, never mind. So Colonnade into Snap into Burn doesn't do it because their Burn is too expensive. So they could be wary of Assassin's Trophy here on their Colonnade as well. I mean, their clock is getting nice and low. If we can somehow hang on to this game and win it, we'll win the series. But odds of that are quite low, to be honest. Here it comes. Okay. Fulminator Mage is a card. So I think we lead on Lily the Last Hope. If they counter her, we can still feasibly live using Fulminator. Opponent's going pretty deep in the tank. We'd just be dead if they had a burn spell. So they must have a counter spell. And to be fair, this is a tough decision for them, because we know what's in our hand. It's obvious that they should, you know, just let it resolve. But to be fair, this is a pretty tough decision for them. We haven't played a land this turn. Okay, so they let it resolve, sure. Alright. Come on, Fulminator. Oh, it resolves? It resolves. Okay. Did not expect that at all. Looked like they were representing counter magic. Okay, so I get in here with the ooze. I am now daring to hope against hope. Obviously, we're dead to a burn spell. We're dead to a lot of things. However, we're making quite a fight of it. Purging the Lily. Yeah. No burn spell one time. No burn spell one time. You've gotta be kidding me. Kill your stupid Colonnade in response and then just die. Guys, they literally never didn't have it. I mean, come on. Why are you doing things in response, opponent? Why? Just... okay. Opponent wants to keep playing. We're gonna keep playing. Yep. Yeah, we just got very badly outdrawn, to be honest. The game one luck was quite poor for us in every way. The mulligans were poor. The sequencing in terms of what they had lining up against our stuff was perfect. The ways in which our draws showed up were just like in the exact wrong order. Kind of reminds me of playing taking turns when you draw the miracle spell in the exact wrong order. Same type of stuff was happening there in game one, where we just got sequences and board states that incentivized us to play out the lands, and then after we did that a few times in a row correctly, that's when we drew the tracker. You know, stuff like that. here in Game 2, it was just a little bit ridiculous how we just got stuck on 2 lands for so long. They kept a 1-lander, and they immediately hit all the land drops they needed on curve. We kept a 2-lander, and we got land screwed for way too long to be competitive. Especially because we had this Nissa rotting in hand all game, just playing a card down, basically. So yeah, nothing we could have really done differently there that I can see. Definitely a bit of a rough way to get knocked off our perch, you know, get knocked off the course for 5-0. But hey, it happens. You know, we've had reasonable luck overall. I would say reasonable progressions overall over the course of my last couple leagues, and here we just got the wrong side of the luck stick. What can you do? Now, we also almost just literally almost won at the end. You know, they needed possibly to rip a burn spell there to beat us. We had a lot of other good things going on, and yeah, they had it. You know, the clock was low. Game 3 was an automatic win for us due to the clock if we got that far. So unfortunate stuff, but hey, we even here when we had some pretty bad luck, the signs were good, right? Like, we had the clock on our side. We were almost in it. Game 2, you know, what can you do? What can you do? So I'll just leave it there. No point dwelling on the loss. And as always, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate everybody's feedback, everybody's support, and everybody's eyeballs on the channel. It does mean a lot to me. I really enjoy bringing this content to you, and hopefully when we come back for match 5 here, we can finish this league at a 4-1. So thanks again for watching. Once more, Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you're all enjoying you know, time with family, time off of work, whatever it is that the holidays bring you. I hope it's all good. So stay tuned to the channel, and I will see you for the next video. I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon.